Today we are going to see what is set of complex numbers and some of its properties. Any complex number z is represented by x plus I1. Z is equal to x plus I1, where x and y are real numbers and the value of I is equal to square root of minus 1. The number of the type x plus iy called as complex number, where x and y are real numbers and I value is square root of minus 1. That is, a set of complex numbers is represented by the symbol C, and C is equal to collection of all elements of the type x plus iy, where x, y belongs to set of real numbers and I value is square root of minus 1. If we have z is equal to x plus iy, then x is called real part of z, real part of complex number z, and represented by real of z is equal to x. Y is called an imaginary part of z. And is represented by Im of z is equal to y. The coefficient of I is called imaginary number. The coefficient of I is called imaginary part of z, and the x is called real part of z. The part of complex number which is not multiple of I called real part, and the part of complex number which is multiple of imaginary number I is called imaginary part. That means y is imaginary part, x is real part. If we want to display a complex number geometrically, then we take the points on y-axis as imaginary numbers, likewise real numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. These are integers represented on real numbers. On opposite side of x-axis we have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on. On y-axis, instead of 1 we represent the point by I, 1 into I. The second point is 2, but instead of 2 we represent this point by 2 into I, because this y-axis is referred as imaginary axis in the set of complex numbers. Hence, if we have a point z as 1 plus 2i, then we plot this point on the complex plane. This point x, this plane xy plane is called as complex plane when we refer y as an imaginary axis. This 1 plus 2i point is somewhere here. 1 is its x coordinate and 2 is its y coordinates. Hence, this point is nothing but either you represent in R2 by 1, 2, or in complex form it will be represented by 1 plus 2i. This is the point 1 plus 2i, where real part of z complex number, this real part of z is 1. Therefore, real part of z is equal to 1 and imaginary part of z, which is multiple of I, is 2. Imaginary part of z is y coordinate and real part of z is x coordinate. Hence, we have taken x coordinate as 1 and y coordinate as 2i and represented this complex number z. This is the geometrical representation of any complex number. We have the value of I is equal to square root of minus 1. Remember these things. I is equal to square root of minus 1. So I square is equal to root of minus 1 square. It will be minus 1. I raised to 3 is equal to I into I square. But we know the value of I square, which is minus 1. So I cube will be I into minus 1, which is equal to minus I. I raised to 4 is equal to I square into I square. Because I square is minus 1, this I square is minus 1 into minus 1, whose value is 1. Hence I raised to 4 is equal to 1. In this way we find the powers of I, which is imaginary number. Value of I is square root of minus 1 and its powers are get calculated by using the product. By considering the value of I as a square root of minus 1. Now what is complex conjugate of complex number? Conjugate of a complex number. If we have a complex number z, let z is equal to x plus iy is any complex number, then complex conjugate of z, then the conjugate of z is represented by z bar and is given by z bar is equal to x minus iy. What is a conjugate of complex number? If you have a complex number of the type x plus iy, then its conjugate is z bar, which is x minus iy. Only you change the sign of imaginary part. See, this I value is fixed. I is equal to square root of minus 1. It is fixed value. We cannot change it. We only change the sign of imaginary part, which is y. See here, y is imaginary part of z. Imaginary part of z is y. Change its sign. If you want to find the complex conjugate of a number, then take real part as it is and change the sign for y. That means conjugate of z, x equal to x plus iy, is z bar is equal to x minus iy. On the complex plane, if you are given this point z is equal to 1 plus 2i, then z bar, if for example z is equal to 1 plus 2i, therefore z bar is equal to 1 minus 2i. Only you have changed sign for imaginary part of z. Where is 1 minus 2i? This point is 1 plus 2i because 1 is real part of z and 2 is imaginary part of z. Similarly, on negative side of y-axis, we plot the points minus I, minus 2i, minus 3i and so on. What we have? Complex conjugate of z is 1 minus 2i. So it will be in the last quadrant, fourth quadrant. 1 minus 2i, because minus 2i is on negative side of y-axis, 1 is on positive side of x-axis. Our conjugate of complex number z as z bar is here 1 minus 2i. This is the point 1 minus 2i. Means what? If you have a complex number z on upper side of x-axis, then you are getting the complex conjugate of that z on the opposite side of x-axis at the same distance as that of the previous complex number. You have a complex number 1 plus 2i in first quadrant, then its conjugate is lying on the opposite side of x-axis and it will be at the same distance as that of this complex number z. Means you are taking the image of z under x-axis. Through the x-axis, if the point z is reflected through x-axis, then you will get its complex conjugate on the opposite side, which is 1 minus 2i. This is the complex conjugate of 1 plus 2i, which is 1 minus 2i. Generally we represent it by z bar. We can add the complex numbers. We study some properties of complex numbers like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Let z1 is is equal to x1 plus iy1 and z2 is equal to x2 plus iy2. Be two complex numbers. Be the complex numbers. Then z1 plus z2. We can add the complex numbers. z1 is x1 plus iy1 plus z2 is x2 plus iy2. We have real part of z1 is x1, real part of z2 is x2, imaginary part of z1 is y1, imaginary part of z2 is y2. We add real part of z1 to real part of z1, x1 plus x2, and then we add imaginary part to imaginary part of z1 and z2 respectively, plus iy1 plus iy2. This is equal to x1 plus x2 plus, we can take I common from the second bracket, in remaining terms are y1 plus y2. Hence, if we know z1 and z2 two complex numbers, then after addition we get real parts, addition of real part of z1 z2 plus I into addition of imaginary part of z1 z2. This x1 plus x2 is real part of z1 plus z2, and what is multiple of I here, y1 plus y2, which is imaginary part of z1 plus z2. Hence, real of z1 plus z2 is equal to x1 plus x2. You can observe that this is real part which is not multiple of I, and this part y1 plus y2 is multiple of I. So it is called imaginary part, this is called real part of what? z1 plus z2. Real part of z1 plus z2 is x1 plus x2, but what is x1? x1 is real part of z1, real of z1. x2 is real part of z2. Hence we have real part of z1 plus z2 is equal to real of z1 plus real of z2. And what is imaginary part of z1 plus z2? Multiple of I, which is y1 plus y2. Also, imaginary part of addition of two complex numbers z1 plus z2 is equal to y1 plus y2. We are taking only the multiple of I, not I. Okay, imaginary part of z1 plus z2 does not include I value because it is fixed square root of minus 12. We are only considering its multiple, which is y1 plus y2. y1 is imaginary part of z1 and y2 is imaginary part of z2. Hence we write here y1 is imaginary part of z1 plus y2 is imaginary part of z2. Hence, imaginary part of addition of two complex numbers z1 and z2 is equal to imaginary part of first complex number z1 plus imaginary part of second complex number z2. If we subtract the complex numbers z1 and z2, next operation is subtraction of complex numbers. z1 is x1 plus I y1, z2 is x2 plus I y2. Then we take subtraction, z1 minus z2 is equal to x1 plus I y1. We know this is first complex number z1 minus x2 plus I y2, second complex number, is equal to x1 plus I y1. Take negative sign to this bracket, minus x2 minus I y2, which are the real parts of z1 and z2, x1 and x2. Here the terms whose coefficient is not equal to I the terms whose coefficient is not I are 2 in number, x1 and minus x2. So we add these two terms because they don't have a coefficient as I. x1 minus x2 plus we add imaginary part to imaginary part, I y1 minus I y2 minus I y2. From the latter two terms we take I common, which is x1 minus x2 plus I into y1 minus y2. This is z1 minus z2. Therefore, if you are trying to find real part of z1 minus z2, then it is x1 minus x2. Real part of, imaginary part of z1 minus z2 is y1 minus y2. Hence, real part of z1 minus z2 is equal to x1 minus x2, but x1 is real part of z1, which is equal to real part of z1 minus real part of z2, because x2 is real part of z2. Hence, real part of z1 minus z2 is equal to real part of z1 minus real part of z2. We have one more result. What is the imaginary part of z1 minus z2? It is multiple of I, which is y1 minus y2. Hence, imaginary part of z1 minus z2 is equal to the coefficient of I, which is y1 minus y2. But what is y1? y1 is imaginary part of z1 and y2 is imaginary part of z2. Hence, imaginary part of z1 minus z2 is equal to imaginary part of z1 minus imaginary part of z2. This is one more result for subtraction of z1 minus z2. Hence, we can add the complex numbers, we can subtract the complex numbers. We add two or more complex numbers by using the same result. We add only real part of all complex numbers to real part and imaginary part to imaginary part. Similarly, we do the subtraction. Real part of subtraction of complex number, real of z1 minus z2 is real of z1 minus real part of z2. Imaginary part of z1 minus z2 is coefficient of I or multiple of I, which is y1 minus y2. But y1 is imaginary part of z1 and y2 is imaginary part of z2. This is addition and subtraction of complex number. We go to the third property, multiplication of complex numbers. If we are given two complex numbers, z1 x1 plus I y1, z2 x2 plus I y2, then we take multiplication z1 z2 is equal to x1 plus I y1 into x2 plus I y2. The multiplication is term wise, x1 x2 plus I into x1 y2 plus I into x2 y1 plus I square into y1 y2. But we know the value of I, which is square root of minus 1, as I value is square root of minus 1. I square will be minus 1 only. Hence we use this value as a minus 1. Here I into x1 y2 plus I into x2 y1 minus, because I square is minus 1, this term will be minus y1 into y2. Separate the real and imaginary parts. For the multiplication also, we get x1 x2 minus y1 y2. Because these terms are not coefficients of I, we have collected these in one bracket, plus from remaining term we take I common. Inside the bracket x1 y2 plus x2 y1 is there. This is what the multiplication of two complex numbers. z1 is x1 plus I y1, z2 is x2 plus I y2. Then z1 z2 is equal to x1 x2 minus y1 y2 plus I into x1 y2 plus x2 y1. Hence, real part of z1 z2 is equal to x1 x2 minus y1 y2, and imaginary part of z1 into z2 is equal to x1 y2 plus x2 y1. We cannot say z1 into z2 has real part x1 into x2 and imaginary part of z1 z2 is equal to imaginary part of y1 y2. Imaginary part of z1 into imaginary part of z2. As in subtraction or addition, real part of z1 minus z2 is real part of z1 minus real part of z2. Imaginary part of z1 minus z2 is imaginary part of z1 minus imaginary part of z2. But in product, real part of z1 into z2 is not equal to real part of z1 into real part of z2. It is equal to x1 x2 minus y1 y2. Similarly, imaginary part of z1 into z2 is not equal to imaginary part of z1 into imaginary part of z2. It is equal to x1 y2 plus x2 y1. This is the third operation of complex number, which is multiplication of two complex numbers. We see what is the division of complex number. If z1 equal to x1 plus iy1 and z2 is equal to x2 plus iy2, then z1 upon z2 is equal to x1 plus iy1 upon x2 plus iy2. We want this complex number to be Cartesian form, x plus iy. The general form of complex number is x plus iy, where x lies on real axis and y lies on imaginary axis. This form is called as Cartesian form of complex numbers because we are using to represent this complex number as a Cartesian coordinates x and y. So this is called as Cartesian form of complex number. We want this complex number to be in this form x plus iy, means we will able to find real part of z1 upon z2 and imaginary part of z1 upon z2. For that, we multiply this division of two complex numbers by complex conjugate of z2. Because z2 is in denominator, we multiply this quotient by complex conjugate of z2, which is x2 minus I by 2. x2 minus I by 2 divided by x2 minus I by 2, which is equal to, we do the product of numerator on numerator, which is x1 plus I y1 into x2 minus I by 2 upon this product is x2 plus I by 2 into x2 minus I by 2. The numerator evaluation is hence z1 upon z2 is equal to x1 into x2. As we have done this product x1 plus iy1 into x2 plus iy2, we will do the same product of these two complex number by using the same method. x1, what is this? x1 x2 minus y1 y2 plus I into x1 y2 plus x2 y1. This multiplication will be x1 into x2 minus I x1 into y2 plus I x2 into y1 minus I square into y1 y2 divided by the product of denominator complex number is x2 square minus I x2 y2 plus I x2 y1 x2 y2 minus I square y2 square, which is equal to x1 x2 minus I into x1 y2 plus I into x2 y1 I square value is minus 1. As I is equal to root of minus 1, I square is equal to minus 1. This I square is minus 1, minus into minus will be plus 1 into y2 square divided by the term on the numerator is minus I square whose value is plus 1 into y1 y2. Denominator's operation is x2 square minus I x2 y2 plus I x2 y2 minus I square y2 square. See, these two terms are same but opposite in sign only. So they are cancelling, their product will become 0. I square value is minus 1, minus into minus will be plus into the term is y2 square, which is equal to, if we add real part to real part, in the numerator we get x1 x2 plus y1 y2 plus imaginary part is multiple of I, which is x2 y1 minus x1 y2 divided by x2 square plus y2 square, which is equal to, see, this x2 square plus y2 square is a real number because it is addition of two real numbers. We have the definition of complex number, z2 is equal to x2 plus I y2, where x2 and y2 are real numbers, so their squares are also real numbers and hence the addition is real number. This denominator of the quotient is real number. We separate it to both the real and imaginary parts. Then we get x1 x2 plus y1 y2 divided by x2 square plus y2 square plus I, this is multiple of I, which is x2 y1 minus x1 y2 divided by, this term is separated to both the terms, x2 square plus y2 square. Now we are in the form x plus I into y. This is real part of z1 upon z2. This side, left side is z1 upon z2. Real part of z1 upon z2 is this quotient x1 x2 plus y1 y2 upon x2 square plus y2 square plus I into x2 y1 minus x1 y2 upon x2 square plus y2 square.